JB Cycles with update on March the 23rd. So I was waiting for a 10-week cycle low, and was that the 10-week cycle low we just had? I really don't know. But, going back a couple of months, I said it's possible market will just grind upwards with low volatility, and any bearish setup will not materialize and just catch some bears and squeeze up. And when you have such low volatility up grinding market, it's very difficult to see the cycles. They become invisible. We need volatility to identify them. Also, I've been prepared to see a change in my 4-week cycle. And let's remove these scenarios. So if we go back, let's see here. At this point I expected the 4-week cycle pop, but it hesitated, and then finally it came very late. The pop came several days late, and if you go to this pop we just had this recent week, it came at the same point. So it's possible that the 4-week cycle has shifted. As I said, it's very possible that it has shifted because of the strong solar flares we had earlier this winter, and it looks like it has shifted this way. So we could be near some kind of a top here, but the bull market should have still a lot of room, time-wise and price-wise. There's no sign of this being a bull market top, so no reason to be bearish. If we look at my wavelets in the daily data, it's kind of hard to interpret these wavelets, and where are we right now? I have this primitive tool, putting this rectangle at the purple top, and it should suggest I should buy here, and that was this previous week. Is that the 10-week cycle low? Really? If we go back here, it worked here. But sometimes the market can fool us, because if we look at this setup, going back here, putting it at the purple wavelet low, we see, that could be a top if we repeat this pattern. But I'm not sure if that's the point. My main scenario is this waveform. We have 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, and then a bigger correction. So we have the first one here. It's an A, B, C and a pullback. And the next one here, A, B, C, and hardly any pullback. And this next one will be more bearish. It could make some kind of a topping formation and then a bigger correction later this spring or early summer. I've been talking about the possible top around May, sell in May and go away, and a bigger correction in May, June. So, but I really don't know, and I really don't care, because this correction is not a bull market top. It will be bought and we will continue upwards, but then we have to look for stagnation and possible signs of a bull market top. But this is much too early. If we look at this, is the 8-month cycle, and it has been shifted from the ideal formation, and now we have the alternative cycle in green. So we are at this point, and going back one cycle, well, actually that was a market top. But I think our current condition is more bullish. Here the market struggled, is it a bull market? Is it a bull market? Yeah, it's a bull market, but then we had a big 3-month correction all the way down to the 200-day moving average. But the bears really tried to take this market down and couldn't succeed, and now the bulls are they are dominating. So I think this could be more bullish than this previous one. So I think we should look for a topping formation here, and then a correction in May, June. And we could also go back 3.5 years just to see where are we compared to the previous 3.5-year cycle. You see, well, actually we did had a decent correction right here, but then we had this low volatility grinding up, and after such a long rally with low volatility, the first correction it will be bought, but then you could have a topping formation. So we have to see if this is not a bull market top. There will be corrections, and then we could look for volatility and topping formations and so on, but that could be 1 year from now. But my 3.5-year cycle is quite bullish into around November, but then you should start to worry about around November, or perhaps September, October, but that shouldn't be the top. That's where you start to look for a top, but the top should be in early 2025, around the winter or spring. Well, let's have a look at that cycle. So here I have my 3.5-year cycle in green, and as you see, cycle has many months to go here. Also I have the 28-year cycle here, and that cycle has a topping phase. We are in the middle of it. Anytime this could be a 28-year cycle top. I think this is the S&P adjusted for inflation. I think we will eventually this year make a higher high, but this should be a topping formation. This is the momentum high in the 28-year cycle. This could be the price high, and then we could start a downtrend. And this is also a war cycle, a 56-year war cycle, and we are in the period where wars tend to begin. We already have Ukraine, we have unrest in the Middle East, and a lot could happen still this coming 10 years. Finally, I have the Dow Jones hourly data. So this one didn't play out. Actually, last week I said, this could be a ABC sideways consolidation. I didn't think it was, but hey, look, we rallied, we broke out. It was. So was that the 10-week cycle though? That's very early, a very short cycle. I don't like that. But obviously I don't think we will have a 10-week cycle at the ideal time, but there's still a possibility we could have a long cycle and a late low. That's still possible, but I really don't know, and I really don't care. You could do swing trades and just buy the dips, and the trend will save you. This is not the final high. There will be no bear market here short term. So looking at my wavelets, well, my 2-week oscillation, I've been confused. Is it like this? That was the original configuration, but I think it has shifted and changed now into this configuration. And this one started very early, but I think I will place it around here. So